Hello everybody, welcome. Oops, we are in the wrong channel. My bad.
We are?
Yeah,
This
this
is
one has
right
the
one.
channels flipped. So, yeah, sorry.
Meow.
Changing channels so at least people can see our icons. Yeah, there's an icon. Yeah, sorry. You'd be in the correct channel for all our other streams.
You should probably fix that someday.
Yes, I should. Hello, everybody, and welcome. We're here back and ready to start MSQ 6.55. As soon as I get back to the house so I can pick up Rylea.
I was going to say, ready to start seems a little optimistic.
I'm almost there.
We're almost there.
So yeah, one of the projects I've been doing on the side is working on this sweater for a friend of mine because...
She needs it.
Yeah. Are you dead? Or are you just sleeping? You're just sleeping. That's fine. Yeah, she is just moved from Las Vegas, desert climate, to gold country. She needs a sweater. Big time.
At the least.
At the least. I've got the front and back finally completed, and I started work on the first sleeve, and I was not happy with how the pattern was telling me to do something.
Yeah, you were...
So I frogged it out, restarted it, frogged it out, restarted it, sat down with a different full of yarn, practiced a few things, decided the pattern was wrong.
That's always dangerous.
And came up with my own function. That looked good, so I ripped that out and started... frogged out my old sleeve that I had working and have restarted, and it's looking so much better.
Okay, good. That
Practice
is
makes
good
perfect.
to hear.
Yeah.
That is good to hear.
My hand will be very happy when this project is done because, oh man, am I in pain. Gaming is actually a relief for it.
That's a scary thought.
Yes, it is. Well, shall we be off?
But I'm not done with my Sunday yet.
Girl, you are never going to be done with that Sunday.
Darn straight.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, fine.
And on our way out, we're going to swing by the house that you put a bid on so you can retrieve your money.
Went to someone else?
Yeah, it went to someone else. I checked the day the servers...
or something.
I checked the day the servers came back up and someone else had already built.
Wow. Yeah, and you thought property values around Silicon Valley were bad.
So yeah, this was the place.
Yeah, that is not anything I built.
Nope, you no build. So get your deposit back, and we'll have to tell Tay, because they'll need to pull it on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, and we are off to Ilzabard. More aptly, Razatan.
Right. I see that our opening quest is brought to you by Boeing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a little airship trip.
Well, no, look at the title they're giving.
I know, it's horrible. Yeah, Boeing is not going to live that down for some time. I'm just glad and thankful that no one was hurt, at least in the one I heard about.
Yep. No other incidents. They grounded everything before anything else could happen.
Well, I make a correction. People were hurt, no one was killed, and no one was severely injured. It was all minor cuts, bruises, and, cold damage.
It's so nice that we both load swiftly now.
Yeah. My machine is much happier. My current goal is to try and go up and see my folks maybe at the end of next week.
Okay. Hopefully taking a sweater with you.
Yes. Unfortunately, a lot of that's going to depend on how the DMV goes.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, I've submitted all the paperwork and I'm waiting for approval of said paperwork, and then apparently I can just go in.
That sounds right.
But yeah, I finally got my new glass lenses yesterday. Because I can tell you, my old prescription, I really shouldn't have been driving.
Yeah, well...
I mean, color-wise and shape-wise, I was fine. I just could not read signage.
Yeah. Which means, places where you know where you're going, generally okay.
Ooh, tempting, but no, we want MSQ. You know what that one starts.
No?
Hildebrand.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that will wait.
Nope, we need to speak to a very large, tiny satrap.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
No. Not at all.
I am surprised that Ishta doesn't just kind of go, thank you for the rescue. I'm just going to sleep for the next century. Night!
Yeah. Would not blame her a bit.
It's a very dragon thing to do. Speaking of the two. Hello, Ashtaya. Lots of time. Home. Yes.
When one door closes, Varshan has a message from Charlian. Rylea, Thayrin. One of my clerks was just here with a message for you two. The students of Baldesion request your presence in Charlian at your earliest convenience.
You mean we came halfway around the world to get a message to go halfway around the other direction?
The other way around the other world. And Goro here is so upset he's disconnected.
Oh dear.
There he goes. He had a
Oops.
Pokeball and then he went. Indebted as I am to our friends, I had hoped that I too might be of service, but it is you alone they require. If you've no pressing business, pray make your way to the Baldician Annex at once. Ujika awaits your arrival.
Will do.
You could just tag along anyway. In the meantime, I shall continue showing Asdaya the city. From notable landmarks to the people's lives, there is still much and more for her to see. Farewell for now, my friends. I look forward to the day we set forth on another adventure together.
As do I.
Hopefully one that does not start with wrecking one of your treasure houses.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
That was our
kind of an
bad.
embarrassing start.
It was fun, though.
Yes, yes.
Almost, Ripley. This is actually main story quest. There's no side quests here, at least not yet. Those will come later.
This isn't the buns. We do main story.
Because we've got the Hildebrandt quest line, the Mandraville quest line for the relic weapons, and Tataro's Grand Adventure.
Yeah. So we'll be busy with this for a little bit.
And I do believe we're supposed to get a trial somewhere in the middle of all this.
I was wondering if there was going to be anything or not this time.
Oh. Should head to the airships.
How much busy work can they give us?
I went the wrong way. I'm so used to just going down to the markets. I just autopilot towards the markets. And the token vendors. We shall see about whether he'll be joining us or not. Probably not. He's probably going to be busy managing his city-state.
Yes.
And the people he loves.
Probably will not be overly busy or overly visible for a while. Sadly, but he has important business.
And we want to go to Limsa.
Yeah.
And then down to Bulwark Hall. This way. And through the unwashed masses of Limsa Lominza.
Or more notably, Limsa Woman's a chat. It's not Baron's chat, but it tries.
No. If you want something truly horrible, go to the quicksand on Balmoog.
Yeah,
there's a reason why it has a reputation.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother my brain cells thinking about that. I like my brain cells.
Hello, Mr. Ferryman. Yep, so we want to go to Old Charlie.
Mm-hmm. And we're here.
Though there is part of me that wants to quickly slip into the inn to change my glamour.
I suppose we can do that.
I mean, we are actually going to be at the arsenal, so... or the annex.
Mm-hmm. Time for the new fashion season even before the expansion arrives.
Get more adventuring clothes on unless I'm going raiding the clothes.
Ah!
Though I have to admit, this particular suit I'm wearing has lasted, what? Almost 3 expansions worth? Pretty close
Something
to.
like that. It's a good one.
Because I got the majority of this in Stormblood with a couple minor pieces. Oh, I'm locked out!
Oh no!
This isn't the person I have to talk to get to the end, so I guess I'm running in with this.
At least for now. A warm and hearty welcome to you, Rylea, Thayrin. I gather you received our message.
We did indeed.
Please wait here while I fetch Kryl and Graha.
Thank you for coming on such short notice. And forgive us for sending you so far after your trials in the void, to say nothing of your grueling battles against the 12. Now then, we aren't actually the ones who require your presence, but Ehrenfell. He stopped by recently, you see, and asked to reach out to you on his behalf.
Okay.
I imagine you're as surprised as we are, given that he was supposed to be away on a long expedition.
Something must have necessitated a change in his plans.
All he would tell me is that there is someone who he wishes Thayrin and Rylea to meet. He also mentioned that he would be tending to business at the studio. Shall we look for him there? Yeah, sure, after I pop in and get a change of shirt. Yeah, bye, I guess. Nope, here we go. Haha. Sneaking sideways.
I'd accuse you of being a clothes horse, but you just say, yeah, and?
And?
See?
Where is it? Dang it, now it's hiding from me.
But of course.
No, not that one. Not that one. Definitely not that one.
And here we see the Thayrin in his native environment.
Oh, thank you!
The closet.
Here's the Hawaiian shirt for you. But not the one I'm looking for. Ah, here it is. No. Yeah, okay. Definitely need a different head. Tempting, but no.
Oh, I am not going to comment on that.
Thank you for not commenting. No. Possibility. Definitely not. Laughable, but no. No. Tempting. No.
I've been thinking I might want to switch my summoner outfit back to the one I have in an old screenshot. You'd recognize it if you saw it.
No. Definitely not. Nope. Almost. So far, that's actually been one of the better ones. What is it with double-eared kimonos? I mean, I think Rylea would appreciate this, but no.
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 No, please,
Yeah.
please don't make me hungry thinking of seafood.
Nope. Tempting, but no. Ooh, those are kind of neat. Kind of a clotting for, it's a possibility. No. 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 When we get those journeys. Aha! Those are neat. I think that's actually part of the set. Yep, that's part of the set. Now for the pants. Could stay with those, which does actually work with the suit. That was the original ones that I had for a long time. Yeah, I think I'll keep with those. More travel gear. And change my portrait real quick. Let's change that frame. Okay. Smirk activated. These seem like more general adventuring clothes. Kind of a dress down, but rugged.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we?
Yep. Still remember the Lancer outfit you were using for a while early on. Very early on.
How early in this case?
The first time around we were playing, and like I said, it was your Lancer outfit.
Yeah. I know the ones you're talking of.
Yeah.
Hello, Graha.
Aaronville's early return likely has something to do with this visitor. Who could it be, I wonder?
Now then, where is Aaronville?
Aaronville, right next to the city of Townsville?
Good.
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important. I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
You went to Tural? Then the person who you wish to introduce...
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
Dramatic pause.
But it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
Oh dear.
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us. This is him. The adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain he's no ordinary man. I'm Uklamat, claimant to the throne of Tulihuela.
Tulihuela.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
I'll get to the point. I want you to come with me to my homeland.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Explanations would be good.
She needs a keeper.
Of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The Rite of Succession. Taking the form of a contest, it will determine who next ascends the throne. As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning. I was searching for champions to join me when Aaronville told me about you. A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
Shit on Thayrin! Like, really? Really?
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her. Much more elegantly, I might add.
Now you know why. You'll come to Tural, yes?
Wait,
Please.
let's all just slow down. Wuklamat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Tulihuela is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulsha, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulja, and one blessed with two heads besides. He's also my father.
Thank
Not
you.
by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
So that is the way of it. My apologies if I was indelicate.
Oh, poor rejected Graha is adorable. Can I just pat his head? Pat, 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 pat.
Hardly. I know little about your land, and nothing about your parentage.
So good of you to realize this.
But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me. Now, this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valyarmanda.
Well,
Tell me that
admittedly,
doesn't pique your
the
interest.
world was on the list of itself, the places you'll go.
I don't know. Are we ready for a new adventure? I mean, we kind of took a beating the last one.
I'm ready for an adventure that doesn't involve getting a beating like that.
Golden City. I've heard that before.
Sure.
Yes, I'm being cagey.
So the tales have reached even these shores. I can't help but feel proud.
I advise you not to put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
Yeah, we keep seeing the same thing. And
Says the
then,
dreamer who was
we
bent on
end up
finding
in
one
a
when
place
he
we
was a
think is
child.
rumor.
Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Oh dear.
Ooh, low blow!
Tuliola and the Golden City. Just like in the letter to grandfather.
Noticed her earring.
Yeah.
She's wearing the charm that was in the message to her grandfather.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions. So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
Come on, Graha. It will be glorious!
Yes, yes it will. Cryle? A journey to Tural. Info?
That's the long and the short of it. At the very least, I ask that you go on this hunt of hers and take her measure for yourself.
So, where to for our hunt? The stronger the prey, the better!
The game is afoot. Grahatia appears equal parts bewildered and excited. Yep.
Yeah, his
You
adventurer
have his
senses are
attention.
tingling. You can see his tail flop from it.
Just wait until the ears go off.
Oh, it's only a matter of time.
The chance to see not only Tural, but the fabled Golden City besides. This is the stuff of grand adventures, my friends. Which is not to say that you should hastily accept this invitation, mind. There's still a great deal we do not know. So, let us begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. I'm not certain what might be a suitable location for her hunt, however.
Oh, we can always
We
go
could
back
go
to...
after Stunlockalos.
I was going to recommend Aether Fawn, but Stunlockalos could work.
When I was at the guild earlier, I learned about a petition from researchers on the Isle of Ham. You went there not long ago and culled some unruly fauna, of course. But according to recent reports, other ordinarily docile fauna have grown savage. It's believed they've been unsettled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching it. As part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer the petition. The isle isn't far, and we would also be helping those in need. Admittedly, Stunlockalos is half a world away.
I called it! Aether Font! That works for me! Just so you know, I've honed my skills against some fierce beasts in Tural. Whatever the creature is, it had better be able to put our... Whatever the creature is, it had better be able to put up a proper fight, or it'll end up before we have a chance to get acquainted. I know, I think we're actually going to see more of Aaron Vell. Totally not complaining.
Yeah. But yeah, one of the side stories of the coming expansion is very obviously Graha Tia's quest for the perfect taco.
Mm-hmm. And before we can prove ourselves capable and dependable companions. My apologies, but I must see to some preparations. Pray, go on ahead to the Isle. I will join you as soon as possible. Oh, this should be good.
Yeah. If the rest of you are ready, let us head to the harbor. This being guild ship business, it should be simple enough to secure a vessel.
All right.
On
No
somebody
waiting
else's
around
time,
for
no less.
paperwork. This is good.
You don't even have to pay the Tendramoy.
Yeah, when I don't have to pay a single Dramoy, I am a happy Ellison.
Because you're cheap.
Yes, and?
Just saying.
And up to the harbor we go. Ooh, we're going over to this boat over here. Princeville?
We have the loan of a ship from one of the captains, a cheery fellow. I can operate the vessel, so we don't need to trouble him to take us.
Graha?
Ryle was acting a little strange, don't you think? This is just a simple hunt. I wonder what preparations she needs to make. New job, that's the preparations she needs to make.
Yep. And I'm sorry. It's not you. Okay, Wuglamat. So, we have to take a ship? I barely set foot on dry land. Oh,
This isn't
well.
that big of an island.
I suppose it's for a good cause. A hunt. Come on, let's get going.
Onboarding the ship, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Good thing we have most of an hour still.
Yep.
You will be required to participate in battle. Blah, 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 blah. Item level 660.
I'm at 658.
Yeah. I should be a little bit below that. Point or two.
From here, we must walk.
So much ice. It rivals even Yogg-Tural. Oh, a white bear! I wonder what it tastes like.
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
And she goes off and pokes everything until it's provoked.
I know. So this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
The great big cavern under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
He has. Kono's my second older brother, and until recently he was a student in this city. He went on and on about technological amusements. It made me want to come here too one day. And so I did. I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
He went to the studio. Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? When such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand, that his identity might remain secret. Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's adopted like me, you see. One time, though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
Ask whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain, hunting together is the best way to get to know someone.
We'll see about that.
The researchers should be up ahead. Let's find them and learn what we can.
Okay.
So, Kuna sounds like he's the other candidate that we're competing against. That's my bet.
The researchers should be just ahead. There. The building to the northeast.
Ah.
And here we go.
Ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that thinks to try me.
I see Graha's in Black Mage mode.
Someone's in trouble.
Taste my axe.
Animals are usually so docile.
So, is someone having flashbacks right now?
No, all the sheep are dead.
We're going faster than them. Are you all right? Yes, thanks to you.
Oh, thank goodness you've come. I take it you're the ones who answered our petition. Wait, are you? You are! Thayrin and Rylea, the adventurers who saved our star! You would be that... Would that our meeting be under better circumstances? I was conducting a routine inspection of the transporter here when I suddenly found myself surrounded. You'll find more of the same across the chasm. Once docile animals grown strangely aggressive. My colleagues there can tell you more. If you'll give me a moment, I can finish checking our equipment.
You really are famous.
A bit.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
Okay.
Let's go! Thank you, Mr. Hard-Pressed Surveyor. Or Miss Hard-Pressed Surveyor.
Quite an interesting contraption you've got here.
Ow, my shoulder.
Is that our petitioner?
Nowhere near as bad as the
Let's
pods.
go and have a chat.
Yeah. Distrust researcher.
Distressed researcher. If you've come to answer the petition, you should speak with my colleague here. Just double check. Nope.
The adventurers came to answer my petition, I presume. We're most fortunate to have one of your considerable skills here to aid us. A creature of unknown origin has been sighted on the island in recent days, and we believe its presence has affected the local fauna. The animals beyond the gate are worse affected than we've encountered thus far, though we dare not go back. Your task is to quell any threats you find and search for traces of the beast responsible for all this. If you should find anything at all, we would be most grateful if you would share it with us. And she's off!
And she's off.
I'll handle this.
And
Hey! I couldn't finish my
Wow.
jump!
Is that all? Come on.
Press-
Let's pick up
yes.
the creature's trail.
Beast carcass.
beast carcass. You find ravaged beast remains torn to shreds by sharp talons.
These claw marks.
Struck down defending
I've
its
seen their like
territory,
before.
like.
It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
See no tracks that match those claw marks. Has to be a clue here somewhere.
Tattered plumage.
There it is. You find feathers are scattered about the ground. There are signs of a fierce struggle.
Feathers. But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
Good question.
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
You presume it's even safe to eat.
Thank you, Aaronsville.
So many strange plants you have here. Focus, we have no time for picking flowers.
Animal leavings.
Yes. The cloying stench of fresh leavings assails your nostrils. Whatever beast left them is likely still close by.
Still fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's head back and report what we found.
You said the beast is close? Even so, we should speak with the researchers first.
Hey, wait, where are you going? Walk?
Powerful wings and razor-sharp talons.
Wow.
Worthy prey.
Don't go off without us! Well, hello!
Ah! What is that thing?
Yeah. That is our hunt.
Yes, it is a giant Korea bee! God help us.
It
Yeah.
speaks?
Yeah, Korea bee occasionally speak. Generally, they mimic. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And that was mimicking.
It's heading towards the falls.
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
Sounds like a plan.
Come, Woklamat.
Right.
Though I've never known of Calibri being that, aggressive? Hungry?
Nope.
Cannibalistic?
Yeah.
Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise, that's all.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Forgive me, but I failed to see a difference.
Thank you, Graha.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat. Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit!
I will
Don't
note
take
that
your-
some of his floral sets remind me a lot of some of the ground on Prairie Bismarck.
You ready?
Let's go! No time like
Going.
the present.
Talk on the expert. I'm going to have the last laugh. Oh, what's thinking my teeth into you?
Someone is thinking with their stomach.
I'm already in plastic bird.
That's a different tank mark.
Oh. Really?
You know, that was nice.
Pay for that.
Okay, yeah, dodge. Whee!
Oh, this again? Uh-oh.
Did I get right? Melee range, go!
Don't stand there. They freak him out and he tries standing there and casting.
That was hardly a hit.
Ooh, that was a nice, Are we getting a preview of what warriors can do in the future?
Looks like it.
For everything you have of it.
Da, 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 da.
Really? I'm at 10%.
I'm in full raid gear. What do you want?
And I had barely limbered up.
That's nice, Fuklamad. Good kitty.
There we go. Yeah.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Only to be expected.
Indeed.
You were pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt. But what a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Generally not here either.
We're not done.
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Are we going for round 2?
I think we're going for round 2.
Oh,
Leave this to me.
she got the Sumi set.
Yes! The killer Sumi set! Nice shot, Kryle!
Cryle.
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
Nah, you were right on time, girl.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
That smile.
Welcome to the combatant front
this
line.
is what you meant by seeing to preparations.
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you.
And we'd love to have you.
In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuklamut. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
I don't know, I thought your timing was impeccable.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
May I ask what inspired this change?
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Heidelin. Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, I chose to provide support from afar, rather than join you. It was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind, again and again. That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft. As you all have adapted your methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute. And after much deliberation, I arrived at my answer. With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy. As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style. What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
Indeed. I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
Yes, there is. This letter from Tuli Yolal. It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name. Galul, someone.
Jaja. Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn Servant himself?
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this. Given how culturally diverse Tuliyollal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one. The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If Father had written this, it would have been in Turali. And what's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so
to her
perhaps he
grandfather.
simply dictated it.
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuliyollal. I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am
Not before
starving.
we take a run over the thing with a Geiger counter.
Yeah, shouldn't that be
We're
Aether
eating
counter?
That.
Maybe. Probably both.
I think I can whip up a sauce or two. Right, let's start plucking. Cryle? Thanks to Wooklamat, we now know who sent the letter to Grandfather, among other things. But many questions still remain. Graha?
I understand Kryle's feelings all too well. The desire to do one's part. It can be daunting to try and keep up, but nothing will change unless we take the first step.
Ah, what an exciting hunt that was! And now, it's time to savor the reward.
Admittedly, it will beat Archon Loaf.
Anything beats Archon Loaf. Dying of poison beats Archon Loaf.
I'm not sure I'd go that far. Maybe. With wildlife pacified and the researchers safe, our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the Calibri meat. For better or for worse, there's really only one place we can take it to here in Sherlian. The last stand. Come, let us see what Digon can cook up for us. Yeah, I trust his cooking more than Kalamat's.
Don't you trust my cooking?
Yeah, I trust your cooking, but
But
no, your invitation to cook anytime is at the Bismarck, not here.
are you sure?
No invading a foreign kitchen.
Fine.
Play nice with the locals.
Okay. I figured we'd just build a fire and roast it there, but apparently everyone else had other plans. Hey Dickon, we've got a challenge for ya.
Well now, there is a famished face if I ever seen one. What can I get you to? Ooh, bird meat from the hunt, you say? Leave it to me, I have just the recipe. It's a new dish I recently learned from some sailors, and for you lot, it's on the house. Have as much as you like, you hear?
Yay!
Because he's experimenting on us.
Oh, like you have a complaint with any of his experiments. Funny.
Come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our
This left
first
the recipe
outing
and more where the
together.
meat came from.
I know this is supposed to be calibre meat, but that doesn't look like bird meat. That looks like pork chops.
Thank you.
Pork chops.
It's a really mutant calibre.
I'd heard that Charlayan cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
That's because it's Last Stand.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Oh, come now.
Look out, I think
Since
that's
when
Zero's
did you
recipe.
become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
Oh, it must be a Zero special.
I told you.
According to Dickon, intensely hot dishes have become popular in Razadhan after a traveler ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice.
Oh yeah, Zero special.
So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Sharlayan.
It's nothing I can't handle.
Yeah.
You keep telling yourself that.
Your boorish manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long time?
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
I beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing more.
We've seen this before.
I see. I see.
All this time you were from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner.
Yeah, he was
There's
keeping
so
it a
much
secret in
I'd like to
self-defense.
ask.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead.
You don't know what you're letting yourself in for.
Since ancient times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long. The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
A man who is too ambitious by half. Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
Oh,
After
boy.
everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. I can't allow it. No matter what, I must win this contest.
I understand your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Oh, it's more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it. The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well. And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tulihualal? You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
In that case, allow us to prepare a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
That's very kind of you.
Pork chop.
Oh, and one more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I
Pork
took the rest of
chops.
the meat?
Oh, jeez.
Hair fell.
Yes!
Oh, God. Hey, Graha.
Judging by Wiklamat's reaction, it appears Interali cuisine isn't excessively fiery. Thank goodness.
Will they have tacos?
Whether Wiklamat has the makings of a ruler, I couldn't say. But I do know that she deeply cares for her nation and her people. Whether you choose to help her, though, is for you and you alone to decide. Think on it well. Now then, it's past time I reported our mission's success to the guild ship. I would have done so sooner, except Her Highness needed to have her royal meal. I shall come by the annex later. Till then. Baba Ganoush, caviar sandwich, caviar canops, Morocco flour stew.
I'm taking the
This is
elegant silver
particular-
pieces.
None of this is particularly British. Let's see.
Yeah, the first one is the closest, but no. Unless you
Well,
want it for
I'm-
Deep Dungeon.
That's what I was actually thinking.
For Deep Dungeon, since you're going as Red Mage, the caviar sandwich might be better. Actually, no, the canaps.
Oops. Yeah, I was just thinking that myself. Crit, vitality, spell speed. Perennial party favorites, these hors d'oeuvres feature delightfully bite-sized bread topped with cheese, vegetables, and salted caviar sturgeon eggs. They have sturgeon here?
Yes, I've actually fished up a few.
Okay.
And there goes our spell. Okay,
Yes.
Graha, what we got?
The Coming Dawn. Grahatia is mulling over what you have learned of Wiklamat and her plan. Well, I dare say we now have a fair grasp of Wiklamat's situation. Still, you've been afforded time to consider her invitation. Why not use it to learn more about Tural? Numenon is bound to have some information on the continent. Certainly wouldn't hurt to be better informed.
The second one, though!
I know.
We are not letting your Stola live that down. Yeah, let's go be better informed.
The buns would get sleepy.
Yes, they would.
Quite right. Not only would it help you make an informed decision, but if you do choose to go, you would be better prepared for what awaits. Come, my friends, let us be off to the archives. Yeah, he just wanted an excuse to go to the archives.
Always, always. Ain't that truth, Doodles? I remember a friend of ours was once into beer making, and he had bought a fair amount of citric acid in powder form to help with the brewing process. And his housemate at the time loved anything acidic.
Yes!
He actually got into the bag and ate the whole thing. Said it was great, wanted more, and then was couldn't figure out why his lips were peeling.
Why there were blisters on his tongue.
Yeah. Our friend was not happy about that. It kind of destroyed all his brews that year, and he never really picked it up again after that.
History, geography, botany, the public archives alone should suffice to provide a solid grounding on Tyrol.
Unblemished book.
Eorzean cuisine, a history. It is impossible to adequately discuss Eorzean cuisine without speaking of that land from which many of our modern-day staples hail, the far western continent of Tyrol. Ogre pumpkins, ruby tomatoes, even the ubiquitous popoto, these crops and more that regularly grace Eorzean dining tables trace their origins to the New World, as the place is known to most. The tale of this culinary immigration begins in the year 1498 of the 6th Astral Era, when a Lomensan sailor named Ketenram successfully traversed the Indigo Deep to arrive at the theretofore unknown continent. Ketenram spent several moons exploring inland, in the course of which he encountered the denizens of the sprawling nation of Mumulja. He was even granted an audience with their supreme leader, whose confidence he won along with permission to roam freely. Ketenram would return to Tyrol several times, but during his first expedition, he charted the land and gathered myriad root vegetables and seeds to bring back to Limsa Lomensa. The most notable of these was the popoto, whose ease of cultivation and nutritional value saw it quickly spread to all corners of Eorzea. Produce was far from the only bounty of Ketenram's expeditions to Tyrol. Many tantalizing recipes such as the bean-filled burrito and gripping legends such as that of the Golden City reached our shores by way of his ship. To those outside of Ketenram's circle, Tyrol largely remains shrouded in mystery, yet its influence on our cuisine cannot be overstated. Many scholars, myself included, would relish the chance to immerse themselves in the culinary culture of that faraway continent. Well,
interesting. And here I thought it was up to the League of Bastards for the modern discovery of Tyrol.
Faded Tome. The flora and fauna of Tyrol. Every land has given rise to unique wildlife, and the continent of Tyrol is no exception. Yet while some of her creatures have become a familiar sight in Eorzea, many and more exist that are rarely seen this side of the Indigo Deep. This tome introduces a select variety of species as described in the testimonies of sailors and adventurers. Alpaca. Accustomed to Tyrol's craggy mountain ranges, this four-legged beastkin has been domesticated for seemingly hundreds, if not thousands, of years. Their soft white fleece is highly prized by weavers, while their strong legs and sure-footedness make them capable beasts of burden. Wyvern. This ferocious scalekin is native to the dense jungles of Tyrol. The Momol Jaw have succeeded in taming them and utilize their prodigious strength for manual labor. Given their immense size and power, it should come as no surprise that the Wyvern is also employed as a siege beast. Enemy fortifications cannot long withstand this horned brute's rampage. Valle Gormanda.
Which I believe is what they mentioned that we'll end up fighting.
Right. Tyrali folklore holds that this bird-like creature is the mightiest of beasts and the very embodiment of nature's power. Whether it exists beyond myth, however, is uncertain. Don't worry, we'll make certain of it.
And we're gonna stick it with spears and magic arrows.
Leather-bound book. Lines in the Sand, the Geopolitics of Hydaelyn. Let us begin by comparing the geographical characteristics of the three great continents and Tyrol. The former stretches from east to west and lies entirely within the northern hemisphere. In contrast, the latter extends to the far reaches of both northern and southern hemispheres, and a difference immediately presents itself in the form of climate variance. Shifts in climate tend to be gentler when moving east and west, but harsher when moving north and south. Owing to this fact, longitudinal migration is far more common in history, whether it be by men, animals, or plants. A case in point is the Allegans, who rose to power in Aldenard before advancing east to Ilsabard. Their movement would be mirrored thousands of years later by the Garleans. Meanwhile, although the disparate tribes of Tyrol waged war with one another for generations, stymied by the climate, none could make any great headway north or south. Tribes hailing from the frozen lands withered beneath the desert sun, while those that thrived in open plains could not pierce dense jungle. Such was the way of it, until the leader of the Momol Jaw succeeded in bringing the continent under one banner. Given the land's divided history and the reason thereof, one cannot help but be in awe of this feat. Truly, it is a testament to the Autok's greatness. Someone's been reading Guns, Germs, and Steel.
Yes, they have. Aha! A blue-covered book. It's so blue.
Principles of Blue Magic and Spell Acquisition. The origins of blue magic can be traced back to the esoteric particles of the Iwalakui, a tribe in the distant continent of Tyrol. The tribe holds nature in the highest, and in seeking to cultivate a spiritual connection with it, they have learned to harness the power of the wildlife around them. In exchange for teaching them the common tongue, I was permitted to live among them and train in their ways. Those days were some of the most grueling I remember, but they were tremendously rewarding. For instance, I had the privilege of visiting Lapis Canyon, the tribe's sacred grounds. It is so named for the cerulean deposit that wells up to the surface, turning the entire canyon a brilliant blue. Under a shaman's watchful eye, I finally managed to master the Walaqui's art and make the animal's powers my own. As no name existed for it in the common tongue, I took the liberty of naming it Blue Magic. The reason I chose this color, as you will have doubtless gleaned, is for the significance it holds to the Walakui. I cannot think of a name more fitting to honor the people from whom this noble magic was born. Having perused a wide selection of books relating to Tyrol, you are somewhat better informed about your potential destination. Rahatia will be eager to know what you have discovered. Should you wish to read these books again, speak with the reference page.
Yeah, I'm so behind on blue. It just got too big and too overwhelming, and the fact that I was being forced to no longer do it solo, and you know me in groups, so...
scoured the library to your satisfaction, have you? Excellent. While there are few books wholly dedicated to the subject of Tural, I dare say you found tidbits of useful information scattered here and there. But come, let us continue this outside. The mammoths do not take kindly to chatter. Now then, I'm quite keen to hear your honest impressions. I couldn't help but
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I couldn't help but notice we read the very same book on cuisine. I was pleasantly surprised to find references to Tural within. Among them, did anything in particular pique your interest? I was rather taken with the tale of Ketteram.
Popotos, I have a newfound appreciation for them.
Well, good for you.
You first.
Ah, yes, the renowned Lumenson explorer who traversed the Indigo Deep and discovered the unknown West. And his accomplishments didn't end there. He traveled to Tural extensively, and even forged a friendship with a Dawn servant. If we were able to meet Kettenram, what things we could learn. Alas, all of this happened nigh 80 years ago, and he may no longer be alive to tell his tales.
My Popoto.
Yes. As have I. Despite having just enjoyed a hearty meal, I found myself craving Popotos.
There's more here.
Taking a few seconds to catch up on the stream.
Sorry.
As they keep well, they were a boon to sailors, and it was that same property that allowed them to survive the voyage to Eorzea. And let me guess, but moving on?
Nope.
No. The book also mentioned a method of preservation which sees Popotos repeatedly frozen and dried. The resultant product was apparently used in a stew by people in mountainous regions. I should like to sample that dish one day. That and all the unique cuisines of that vast continent.
Yeah, I think we're both waiting for that one. And there's our butt moving on.
Okay. But moving on, did you perchance learn aught about the fauna of Tural? Given your adventuring background, I expect the topic would interest you. I learned about all three.
I learned about Velgamanda.
Okay, I'll go with Wyvers. I learned about Wyvers. Ah, yes. The great horned beasts kept by the Mamul Jah, who unleashed them on fortified positions to devastating effect. That reminds me. I recall hearing that a few specimens were brought to Vilbrand not long ago. Perhaps it's possible to see them on the island.
We've actually fought a few of them in Eorzea proper.
Yeah. Okay. Now, why do I get the impression you're imagining pitting your skills against the fell beast?
Because it's not a very big stretch.
Because you know us too well. Unfortunately, I found scant details on your would-be prey. One source simply described it as an enormous winged creature with scales hard as steel that rules the skies. I should like to see it with my own eyes, presuming it even exists.
I thought I heard familiar voices. Hey, you two.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy running into the two of you here.
Well, have some research of your own, do you? Aye, we hope to arm ourselves with knowledge that we may benefit the Garlean people. Having forged a new trade agreement with Razdat Han, they will next look to foster relations with other nations. This includes former imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to find hints in history on how neighbors of differing races and ideologies might engage with one another. And what of the two of you? What endeavor brings you here this day?
Looking for the lost city of gold?
Think we'll find any giant golden condors? A nation composed of the disparate peoples of Tural. Yep. I dare say this is precisely the kind of example we seek. We'd do well to read up onto Ilolal ourselves.
The contest? Is Thayrin and Rylea the only ones allowed to help walk Lamont?
There was no mention of such restrictions, as I recall. On the contrary, Wuklamat gave us the impression that she could have several champions.
I think I know how to make most of our respite. Follow me, Alphino. We have planning to do.
Alice, wait! It would seem our plans have changed, if you'll excuse me.
Ah, I see they're saddling us with the twins again. Not that I actually mind, but I can hear skies groan from here.
Meanwhile, Alice is them's fighting words.
Yeah, pretty much.
They never could rest on their laurels.
Nope.
Come, let us return to the annex.
To the annex we will go, to the annex we will go. Sorry.
No, you're not.
You're right, I'm totally not. I'm actually starting to look forward to a new adventure. I think I'm done beating up Themis. Correction, I think I'm
Beating
done
up
for
by
having
Themis.
Themis beat me up.
Yes. Yeah, he's never getting back on your Christmas card list, is he?
He was ever there to begin with. He's actually not a bad guy. I'd go out drinking with him, but Lordy! Oh boy, the headaches. And the floor pounding. And the pain. And more pain. Oh, Raha, what you looking at? Raha?
Oh, it's just... Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story.
Oh, I'll agree with that one.
What about you, my friend? Are you inclined to accept or refuse Wuklamat's request?
Never say no to a new adventure.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if we don't, it'll come find us.
Ha! I thought you might say that. With an intrepid attitude such as yours, I believe all shall be well. Be it the contest or something else, there will be many trials for you to overcome at your destination. But in the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you'll surely find a way forward. That's what adventurers do, is it not? Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenor. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think. It's enough to stir me to the core.
Oh, stop quoting Mother. That's kind of painful. Still.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another. Ah, but there's an idea. I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
Oh dear. He has his zoomies back.
Graha without his zoomies is a very sad Graha. Of course, our local spy master was listening in. Not like we'd have a problem with that. But you know he's going to be on the other end of the fight line.
Now, I am a little concerned this is going to lead into a long scene and we're already quarter after.
I know, but we're almost done!
I know, I was kind of hoping to finish it tonight, but I think at this point we need to say Friday.
Okay, we will finish this Friday.
Because I'm a little concerned on how long this might take.
Come on! If we're
Every time you say we're almost done, it takes another half hour.
Sorry! I know, you have work in the morning.
Yep.
Let's at least chill at the last stand. And dream of, Trollian food. So, for lunch tomorrow, I'm assuming we're having, shrimp tacos?
Maybe.
While we're sitting here, they need to have like an NPC waiter come out and put food down in front of us. With that said, we're going to call it here. Thank you all very much for joining us. We will finish the last of this quest up on Friday, starting at 10 p.m. Pacific. And after that, well, do we want to do Tataro's or Hildebrand's? I'm thinking Hildebrand's.
I was figuring Hildy.
Because that will
We
get...
usually end with Tataru, so continue that tradition.
Well, also the fact that that will get us our best in slot weapon.
Yeah.
And just checking, are your tomes capped?
Probably.
Control C.
Yep. I'm at 1540 on comedy, capped on the other two.
What you want is causality, so yeah, you're good. You are totally good.
Yep.
With that said, be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and we hope to see you Friday.
Yes. Everyone have a great night. Hope to see you next time.